Hey, what's going on, y'all? This is your man, Myles. Good day, good day, good day. So, listen, I have had some pretty interesting conversations, I'd say, over the past few days, really over the past couple of weeks, with the programs that we've been running out and the people that we've been working with and some of their particular situations. And some people, we're dealing with people that are in a lot of different situations, all the way from we got a lot, we're trying to do it bigger, all the way down to, hey, we're just getting started. I don't have anything. I don't have money. I don't have credit. And I'm way, way, way underwater right now. What do I need to do? Because I know I got to get myself out of this. So my team and I, we sat down and we came up with a bunch of different things, and initially I wanted to do the top, 10 things you should do if you broke, right? But couldn't really, there were so many things that were going with things. So what I did is I came up with the 6 things that you should do if you're broke. The 6 things that you should do right now if you're broke. Okay? And there's no shame in being in a tough spot financially. We've all been there. I've been there more than once. And I'm not ashamed to admit it. It is what it is. I mean, for me, it's late at night and I was going through these things and it's just been heavy on my mind. I was dealing with people on the West Coast today. For me right now, it's nearly midnight and I'm just getting off the phone from having this conversation with one of my coaching students. And I just felt the need to actually share it. So what are the 6 things that I think are important for you to do right now? And these are the 6 things that I shared with the person that I just got off the phone with, and things that I've been sharing over the past couple of weeks with people that have been in this situation. Because there's so many things, right? There's so many situations that come up. And we all go through this. It's nothing to be ashamed of. I know that it's uncomfortable, but it's a feeling you need to remember, because you're there. You're at the bottom right now, and you don't want to get back there. You're doing everything you can to not go live with family or friends right now. I'm telling you, I've been there. I've been on the couch. I've slept in the back of cars at certain times, my car, which wasn't a very good car, by the way. But I've been in that situation. I've been there. And it's tough. It's hard. But there are things that you must do, that you have to do. And these are the 6 things that I think are the most important things for you to do. Okay? All right. The first thing that you need to do is accept where you are. And don't lie about it. Accept the position that you're in. And when I say accept this, what I'm saying is be real with yourself. Because a lot of times, so many of us are living in this fantasy world about, I'm going to turn the corner. As soon as I turn left, I'm going to do this. Or I just have to think differently and it's all going to magically appear. Or I'm just going to pray and it's just going to happen. Listen, all those things are necessary for it to change, but you have to have some actions. And in order for you to have those actions, and in order for prayer to work, for positive thinking to work, you have to realize where you are and be honest with yourself about it. Period. Period, point blank, right now. Accept your position. Hey, listen, this is where I'm at right now. I know how I got here. What do I need to do to change it? How can I make it so I don't get here again? Be honest with yourself. Accept where you are right now, because it's in that acceptance that you can find some kind of peace, some kind of solace, so that you can be in the eye of the storm and focus on what you need to do next. Okay? So, number 1 is accept where you are and do not lie. Do not lie to yourself about your situation and your position. Do not lie. Okay, so number 2 is to take immediate action. Take immediate action. And what does that mean? Well, taking immediate action can mean a lot of different things depending on what your situation is. There are people that will tell you, no, just sit still, don't do anything. I firmly disagree with that. There are things you need to do depending on your situation. Now, you could be in your house and you could say, all right, taking action means you need the internet, but you don't need all that cable, right? You don't need all those apps to watch all those movies. Those are just distractions anyway. So minimizing those things, getting rid of some of the things that you do. If you're a smoker, smoke less. If you have to go out there and have a coffee, or you go out to eat a couple times a week, pull back. That is money that you need to keep in your pocket so you can do what you need to do. Okay? I think, I don't know, cigarettes depends on where you are, anywhere between $5 and $10 a pack. There are people that smoke 2 and 3 of those a week. 2 and 3 of those a week. I'm not going to tell you to just quit cold turkey, because I understand how difficult it is, but let's say you really cut back, you break it down to 1 pack a week, okay? If you're smoking 3 packs a week, depending on where you are, that's 10 to 20 bucks a week, 30 bucks a week that you could be saving. It's $120 a month that's back into your pocket that you could be doing other things with, right? Starbucks, what is that, like $7, $8 a run right now? Stop going. Just don't go. Don't go to Starbucks. Go to Dunkin' Donuts. It's like $2. Or make it at home. I don't know. But don't go to Starbucks, and don't go out to eat. You got to rein it in. You got to rein it in right now. So until you get on your feet, I'm not telling you never have to go do those things. I'm not telling you to just never do it at all. But hey, maybe you do it once a week, and maybe you downsize that. Maybe you do it once every couple weeks. You have to decide what it is for you, where you can cut back on, what kind of immediate action you can take in your life. What do you need to do? Maybe you carpool instead of drive by yourself to work or to and from wherever it is you're going. You have to figure that part out for yourself. But you have to take immediate action, which means changing behaviors. It means changing behaviors. That's the second thing you need to do. Take immediate action. Now, the third thing you're going to need to do is really difficult for a lot of people, but it's actually very, very important. And that is ask for help. There are people that are close to you that want to see you succeed. There are people that are close to you that do not want to see you in a tough way. There are people that are close to you that can help you out in a minor or a major way, right? And I'm not saying, hey, I need a handout, give me some money. You know, they might do that. But if you let them know the situation that you're in, here comes an opportunity potentially. Hey, listen, I know I don't normally coach people. I know I don't normally do X, but I'm willing to do that. Do you know anyone who would be in need of this particular service or this particular product? I can do this. Do you know anyone? Talk to the people that you know. These are the people that are going to be in your corner, the people that are going to present you with opportunity, the people that are going to be there for you and with you as you're going through whatever it is you're going through and help you get out of it. Those are the people you're going to work with on the backside of this thing. But you have to ask for help. Okay, I'm not saying that you're going to go out hat in hand to everyone that you know and say, please pitch in, please. That's not what I'm saying. When I say ask for help, utilize what it is you have. The gift that you have, the service that you can provide, the product that you create that you can provide. But you have to talk to people and let them know, hey, this is what I'm doing right now. Even if that's going to them and saying, hey, listen, I've got a goal for this week or for this month. I need to raise X number of dollars or make X number of dollars by doing this. Who do you know that needs this service in their life or their business? They might be the one. They might have a collection of people that they're going to now introduce you to. So now you're starting to come out, you're doing the work, you're providing the product or the service, and you're doing the work, and you're beginning to now change your financial position. So ask for help. That's number 3. And now number 4, focus on where you spend your time. I said in the beginning here, I think it was number 2, get rid of things that are distractions. Focus on where you spend your time. If you're watching television for 2, 3, 4 hours a day, that is not the best use of your time. I'm sorry to say. If you're watching television for 2, 3 hours, 4 hours a day, it's not the best use of your time. Start filling that time with reading, getting better at whatever it is you do. Get better, become great. Because today, it's not good enough to be good enough. Okay, if you want to get ahead, you got to be great. You got to be great just so you can receive good money. You got to be phenomenal so you can get great money. You've got to be the upper echelon of everything to be at the top of your game, to be at the top of the game in which you play. Okay? So you have to focus on doing what it takes for you to get there. Where you spend your time is vitally important. It is crucial to your success. Watching television, going to bars and restaurants, and watching video, games and playing video games. Unless you're a gamer, there's no reason for you to do that. Unless you are a gossip columnist or whatever they're calling those things nowadays, where you're reporting what's going on in the celebrity world, that's not going to do anything for you. Paying attention to social media for 2-3 hours a day, scrolling through, your timeline to see what's funny and who's doing what, does nothing for you. Where you spend your time will dictate your financial future tomorrow. So focus that energy into something that's going to push you forward towards your goal, towards what you imagine for yourself, towards the things that you want to manifest in your life. Because watching, the housewives of this and the game and that does absolutely nothing for you. Yep, I know some of you right now are saying, well, I gotta have my outlet. I've gotta have my stress relief. Your stress relief? Really? Is that really where you want to go with this? Your stress relief. We're having this conversation. You're watching this because financially you're under stress. Escaping that by not paying attention to it is only going to deepen that hole. It's going to widen that trench. You're not going to get out of it until it's too late. It's going to be too bad, right? So you're going to have to sacrifice some of those, comfort things so that you can get out of that situation. But I promise you, what you're doing is creating new habits that are going to take you further than you can possibly imagine, provided you continue to stick with it and do those things. Focus. Where you spend your time is going to dictate everything for you. Okay, number 5, develop a new strategy. Now, this kind of goes hand in hand with number 4. By focusing on what you do and paying attention to where you spend your time, it's going to help you develop a new strategy. If you're reading, if you're online studying, watching YouTube videos or training videos for the things that you want to do and get better at, and then applying that is going to help you develop a new strategy. A strategy that's going to be different than what got you here in the first place. One of the first rules of business is always be changing. You're always changing. You're always evolving. The minute you think you understand something and you got it and it's working good, that's great. You got to take advantage of that, but you also have to pay attention to what's next. You're in something that is constantly evolving, and that's called business. It's called life. If you're stagnant in either one of those, you're going to get stuck in a place. And when you're stuck in a place, you see things the way you saw them 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago. Nothing is different, right? You do things the way you did them 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago. Nothing is different. The world has changed around you, and now you're mad at it. You're screaming at the world and everyone in it as to why they can't do it the way it used to be done, why it's not being done the way it used to be done. It's because the world has moved on from you. It's left you. So you have to consistently evolve. And that evolution requires you to come up with a new plan. Create a new way for you to do the things that you need to do. Strategize where it is you want to go and how you're going to get there. Think ahead. Move stealthily, meaning don't waste time. Get to it. That new strategy should have a component of speed to it, because you're in a bad situation. Now, speed doesn't mean the end of the day or tomorrow, even next week. It might mean next month. It might mean 2-3 weeks from now. It might mean 3 months from now. I don't know, right? Depends on what you're doing. But that new strategy, you have to develop, and then you have to implement that strategy and run it by people, Run it by the people that have done it already. Talk to them. Talk to the people that are already at where you're going, all right? You're moving in their direction. Run your strategy, run your idea by them. It doesn't always mean that they're gonna be 100% behind you, but listen to the feedback and do it quickly. Now, the sixth thing is the hardest thing, and this was the thing that, should I put it in there? Should I not? I believe that it should be in there, right? And because if you're in a financial tough spot, you got to get out of that financial tough spot. And in order to get out of that tough spot, you not only have to make money, but you have to put that money to work, or you have to pay things down, right? Or you have to invest it, right? I'm not a big saver. I'm an investor and a pay downer, right? I want to get rid of personal debt. And so number 6 is, we'll just call it save, right? You need to save or pay down or invest a certain percentage of what you got coming in. And I know right now is a very difficult time. It's not that easy to say, especially when you're in a financial bind, because generally you're playing catch up. If you're in a tough financial situation, you're generally playing catch up. But you still have to save, right? You might not be able to save 20%. You might not be able to save 10%, but take 5% and pay down debt. Pay it towards your bad debt, right? Once that debt is paid off, take that 5% and make it 10%. And now invest that 10%. Off the top, right? Now you're going to hear this from a lot of other people, and they're going to say, oh, well, 10%, you're going to need a savings. You're going to need this. You're going to need that. Well, depending on how much you're making on a weekly or a bi-weekly or a monthly basis, let's say you're bringing in $5,000 a month. That's $500. That $500, 10%, could go right into an insurance product that will generate a real profit for you over time, month over month, quarter over quarter, year over year, right? It's something that you'll be able to go into and borrow from to make larger investments, or to borrow from yourself to buy a car, all these different things. These are insurance products, whole life products, things that you can do for yourself, and you'll reach out to a professional. I'll put a link in here to someone that you can reach out to, provided you'd like to have that conversation. But save, invest, pay down. If you're in a tough financial situation, the 6th thing you should do is start to pay down that bad debt. And then once that debt is down, start to invest that money. Invest it. Now, where you invest it is totally up to you. You may want to invest it into your business to grow your business. You may want to invest it into an insurance product. You may want to put it into, Robinhood and buying fractional shares of things that you enjoy. I don't know, but do it wisely, okay? Do it wisely. Learn about it before whatever it is you do, whatever it is you invest in, learn about it. Do it wisely. Don't just follow the herd, into the slaughterhouse, because generally that's what happens. Okay, so be wise about what it is you do. That 6th one is going to be a very, very difficult thing to do, but it's a thing that you need to do. I've read studies where people just did 3% because they just didn't have it. I mean, they made so little and it cost so much to live, but they made that 3% work. But if you can make 5% work, 3 to 5%, until you pay off your bad debt, and then double that, because the bad debt's going to be paid off. If you're behind, take that 5% and pay that debt. Pay your typical whatever it is you have to pay, and throw 5% of whatever it is you made on top of that. If you can afford 10, do 10. But get that bad debt out of your way. I don't care how much it is, get it out of your way. Because that's going to free you up. That not being there, when you don't have to pay the credit card or the car note or all those things that you can get paid off, oh man, it helps you out in such a great way. And then there are other things you can do, but that's a whole nother conversation for another time. But if you're broke, those are the 6 things you need to do. Number 1, to recap, accept where you are. Don't lie. Number 2, take immediate action. Number 3, ask for help. Number 4, focus on where you spend your time. Number 5, develop a new strategy. And number 6, save, invest, pay down debt. Those are the 6 things you need to do if you're broke. This is your man, Jason Myles. And listen, I'm only here to help you, and I do real estate and business development. I'm only here to help you get out of wherever you are and get into whatever you want to get into, okay? Because I'm doing the same thing for myself. That's what we all do. We're all building a life for ourselves, a financial life for ourselves and for our families, all those great things that we envision for ourselves. If you're interested in knowing a little bit more about what I do, feel free to hit the link below, any one of them. We can have a conversation. You can set up a free strategy call and let's talk about it. But for now, watch this, watch this again, implement these strategies into your life if you're having a tough time, and just make it better. This is your man, Myles. Thank you for your time. I'll see you guys later. Peace.